Hi everyone, and thanks for coming to day 3 of our Pampered Chef launch party. Today I'll be showing you how to use the Pampered Chef stoneware bar pan, which is one of my favorite things that Pampered Chef has. And we'll be making some country raisin ginger cookies. So that'll be fun, except I'm not going to use raisins because we don't like raisins that much. The stoneware bar pan is, well, the whole line of stoneware that Pampered Chef has is probably my very favorite collection of products that they have, because I grew up using them. My mom had one and I remember her teaching me how to clean it, how to use it, how to take care of it, and I've always wanted one of my own. So the stoneware is just really easy to use, and it takes all the moisture out of what you're trying to bake and disperses it evenly so that you get crisp. Whatever you bake is crisp and clean, and it's just very easy to use. So we are going to make country raisin ginger cookies. I'm only going to make half a recipe because there's only 2 of us that will be eating them. This is the classic batter bowl that Pampered Chef has, and it's one of their nicest mixing bowls because it has the handle and the pour spout. So whenever you use like a batter, or if you want to take a batter somewhere or store it in the fridge, it comes with a nice lid, so we'll be using that. So I'm going to start by mixing 1/3 cup of butter in here. And we're gonna cream butter and sugar together. All right, mix that. And then we'll add 1/2 cup of sugar. And we'll cream this together. When it seems like all the sugar is mixed in, then you'll add in the egg and molasses. So we'll do that. We need 1/2 an egg, because the recipe calls for 1 egg. So we'll mix that first. Okay, we'll do like 1/2 of that. And then we'll do 2 tablespoons of molasses. And then that'll keep creaming together with the butter and sugar. There's our batter beginnings. And it should just be like a fluffy, thicker batter. Okay. Then I like to sift the dry ingredients because it just makes it easier to come together and there are no lumps or anything in the batter. So we will add 1 cup and 2 tablespoons of flour. And these are the adjustable measuring spoons from Pampered Chef. There's a tablespoon one and a teaspoon one. And they're really nice because a lot of times it's hard to find like the right measurement with all your baking supplies. So these just adjust to teaspoons, tablespoons, and you can use the same spoon for your whole baking expedition. So that's what we'll do. So 1 cup and 2 tablespoons of that, and then we'll add 1/2 teaspoon of ginger. So we have the teaspoon measure, 1/2 teaspoon, and 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. You can just tap it off and then adjust it. And then you have to wash one thing. and then 1/8 of a teaspoon of cloves. All right, and that's it. So then we'll sift that all together. And then we'll mix it again with our mix and scraper, and we'll just fold it together so that the dough doesn't get too tough. If you mix it too much, it'll get a little bit tough and you'll just have tougher cookies, but we'll just mix it gently. And it looks like it'll be a little bit dry and crumbly, but it will eventually all mix together and come together. It's kind of like a thicker cookie dough. That's a good thing. So just keep mixing it. See, it looks a little bit too dry, but it will eventually mix. All right, so the dough came together. And if you want, if it feels really sticky, you can let it sit for like half an hour in the fridge, but I think this one isn't too sticky. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna take it, get a little bowl of sugar, and you'll take your, move this over. You'll take your stoneware pan, and you don't have to grease it or anything because it has like a natural stone coating on it that will kind of soak in the oils from the cookie and make it its own non-stick. It's called seasoning. So you'll take maybe 1 inch, make like 1 inch balls, and you'll just roll it into a little ball. Roll it in the sugar, and you have a cookie. I'm gonna do that with all of it. Pampered Chef has these cookie scoops that will, they're like little ice cream scoops, and if you use them to scoop out your dough, it'll all be exactly the same size, but I don't have those yet. They're on my wish list, so next time, maybe I'll have them and show you how to make cookies with those. So I'm just gonna finish up making all these and stick them in the oven, and then you don't have to watch all that. So. Okay, so we made all of our little cookie dough balls, and we're gonna stick them in the oven at 375 for like 8 to 10 minutes. But when you're using the stone pan, the first batch of cookies or whatever you're baking will take 3 or 4 minutes longer because the stone has to heat up first, and then it'll start cooking. But the stone will always heat really evenly because it's made out of like the clay that disperses the heat evenly. So the first batch will take 3 or 4 minutes longer, but then if you do like a second batch or a third batch, everything will go as like the recipe normally says. So we'll stick these in. $3.75 for 15 minutes. Okay, so the cookies are done. This is what they should look like. I have these mini oven mitts that are from Pampered Chef, and they're really nice because the thumb isn't on the side like a lot of oven mitts are, and they're silicone and they have little grippies, so they're really nice, especially for stoneware. So here's the cookies. Here's what they should look like. Mine are really big, but depending on how big you make your little cookie balls, they might be smaller or bigger, bigger ones. But here they are. So I'm just gonna use this little mini spatula and take them off and let them cool for a little bit. And oops, the stone will stay really hot for a while, so before you clean it, you have to make sure it's completely cool. So we'll wait a little while to do that. But I also, after I'm done taking these off, I wanted to show you the little cookie scoops that I wished for. So I will show you those. They're in the catalog, and they're really helpful to get. My cookies are a little bit of different sizes just because I eyeballed it, but the cookie scoops, you would have perfectly uniform cookies. So I'll show you those. Okay, so let this cool for a while. And then here are the cookie scoops. They come in small, medium, and large. So depending on like the different size of cookies that you want. You like them? You want more? Is it yummy? Yum.
What do you think, Mark? Is it good? Can Daddy have some? Yeah. Can you give some to Daddy?
What?
Oh, that was brutal. Oh.
I guess he likes it.
Wow.
Here, let's
Ew.
bite that.
There we go. Yum. Mmm.
Thank you. Okay. All right, so we finished making our cookies, and here's our bar pan, and I just want to show you how to take care of it and to clean it. The old Pampered Chef stoneware pans were not dishwasher safe and they were not preheatable, but the new ones are dishwasher safe and they are preheatable. So if you wanted something to go in the oven on a hot pan, you could put it in the oven and it wouldn't ruin the pan before you put anything on it. But when you put these in the dishwasher, it takes all of the oils that are from whatever you baked on the pan, it takes them off of the pan. And if you scrape it and wash it just like I'm going to, it will leave the oils on the pan so that it creates a seasoning, which the oils just soak into the pan and it makes its own nonstick coating. So I'm just gonna show you what I do to take care of the pan. You run it under really hot water. And then this is the rubber scraper that comes with the bar pan. And you just scrape everything off of it in the hot water. And by using the scraper and not using soap, it will leave the oils on the pan enough to create the seasoning, but you won't have a dirty pan. It'll scrape all the crumbs and baked on bits off of it. All right. So this leaves, you can probably see a little bit, the oils are still in the pan, but it's not enough that you have a dirty pan. So this will, as the longer that you use your pan and the more you use it, the longer the seasoning will build up and it'll make its own nonstick coating. So that's our cookie baking for the day. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you make the cookies and have fun. Thank you.